Kind of sudden switch over to credits. Oh boy, do I have some thoughts on this game. I liked it. But then again, I like the Outer Worlds. This is by the same team that did Outer Worlds. Set in the Pillars of Eternity universe. I liked it ultimately. I think it had some issues with certain aspects. Like sometimes, well, let's just roll through it. Sound-wise, great. Voice acting was out of sight. They knocked it right out of the park. Right? Music, although loud at times, like right now, was really good. The combat was meaty and juicy. I liked it. And the ambiance sounds, it was creepy at times. It was nice. I liked it. Graphically, absolutely gorgeous. This game was beyond beautiful. Although sometimes it was difficult to see where you're supposed to go, but the map, the map was okay. It wasn't completely useless. I did like the fact you had a mini map to help you pinpoint some things when they were relatively close by. The traversal is where it kind of floundered for me. A little bit of a misstep, because with the climbing, it was platforming and part. I guess they call it climb. It was more climbing than parkouring, but whatever. So, there was a lot of that, and there were instances where you got, like if you're supposed to crawl along something that was supposed to be round, but it acted like it had ledges. It was weird. You had to climb up it. If there were times that you couldn't grab on the ledges. Times you fell through the earth near ledges, so it was hard to determine what's the edge and what's not. So platforming in first person has always been Achilles heel for me, and I did not enjoy any of that. I felt the quests were a bit. The main quests were okay. The side quests were lackluster. It was just a bunch of fetch quests, which is what side quests usually are. Not everything's going to have robust ones like what Witcher 3 had. I was very disappointed that only 2 of your companions had quests, the other 2 did not. The treasure, there was a lot of items to just grab, right? You're supposed to, there's so much loot. And if you didn't do it just right by breaking down the uniques, you wouldn't have any upgrade mats, because everything was wildly expensive. It was just ridiculously expensive. Don't limit me to Respec. I know it costs money, but if you're gonna make it cost money, then allow me to farm, right? Allow me to respawn the enemies, and allow me to just to kill them, right? To farm them for the upgrade mats. That I like doing that kind of stuff. That's generally what you do in RPGs. Rather than you clear out an area and it's literally just there's nothing to do. I thought a lot of the areas were mazy and difficult to traverse. Particularly when you see, hey, I see an item over there. How the hell do I get to it? And you couldn't figure it out. I couldn't find it. And I just didn't want to spend hours looking for that stuff, because I didn't have the patience for that. Really, what ultimately come down to, I just didn't have the patience. Story-wise, it was a bit strange. I get it. You're basically you're a newbie to the land. You have kind of like Greedfall. You have an unknown attachment to the land, and you got to figure it out. And you end up being that you're attached to a god one way or another, and you have a choice whether you're supposed to free them or destroy them. And then you have another choice. It just kept going. Are you going to side with the Empire or the island? Those are your 2 bigs. And it just felt like an Apple presentation. Like, oh yeah, by the way, one more thing. It just kept going. And when you got in the last 2 missions where everybody wanted to talk, and I was like, oh my god, it was like a lore dump. Every time you went somewhere, you had to stop, and then you had to go back to the camp to talk. You couldn't just talk to them right then and there. You had to actually make the camp. In order to switch out your party, you had to make the camp. Well, let me switch out my party directly from the crystal. You know, don't make me make the camp. I agree with making the camp so you can upgrade and store things. I like that. I mean, so, I did not like. This is a personal opinion. I personally don't like branching storylines to where you're kind of locked out of, especially if it's achievement based, because achievements give you something to aspire to when you're playing a game, right? Not all of them are crap. These games always have branching ones where you feel like you're save scumming or you're save and loading. You're like, what is it gonna do? Which one do I choose? And it's like, I don't like that. It just feels like you're padding the game to make it longer. So it's like, if you're gonna do an achievement for those decisions, make an achievement for the decision. You made a decision. Don't like good or evil, right? And there was no morality for it. So why did it matter? I'd say this game's a solid 4. I don't understand the hate it's getting. I mean, it's on Game Pass, so definitely play it. You know, I mean, it's basically, you know, Oblivion, Pillars of Eternity. So go play it.